Welcome back to Go Again Gaming and welcome back to the league. That means absolutely nothing. We are in round 3 of season 3 and we have a lot of games to cover this round. But unlike most tournaments where we only get to see the top performing players, we here are just about players who love the game and are willing to keep playing no matter what happens. We are here today in the O2 bracket. You are joining me, your voice of the league, Ian Holland, and we are watching Donald Kell on Kayo take on Ben Westmore on Levia. It is a brute off. Whose blood is going to rush? Who is going to bellow? Whose mandible claws are going to get there first? There's only one way to find out, and this is going to be a fast and furious one. I'm going to throw it over to the gameplay and we're going to see who is left standing.
Another awesome sponsor here on The League That Means Nothing for Season 3 is My Metal Cards, who make some fantastic metal card tokens to spice up your battlefield when playing Flesh and Blood. Go and check them out at mymetalcards.etsy.com or Twitter at my_metal_cards. And make sure you use the League That Means Nothing special discount by using Let's Play The League That Means Nothing. Let's Play TLTMN to get 5% off your order and receive one of these special new tokens exclusive to this league and this league only. Go and check them out when you can. That's My Metal Cards. Let's get on with the tournament.
Okay, so it looks like we have Ben Westmore going first on Levia, pitching to play a Wild Ride. Great way to get a couple of cards into your graveyard. Turn 1 going first, because Lord knows half of Levia's deck does not work if she does not have cards in her graveyard. So we're going to randomly discard 1 of 3. It's a Deadwood Rumbler, so this is going to be 6, and it does in fact have Go Again. I would imagine since Donald is going second, he will be blocking some of this, or his hand is cracked. Who knows? The key cards in this matchup are going to be things like Carrion Husk, which is huge, and Scaling Fleshbag. We're going to pitch a blue, send in a claw, so only have a Mighty Windup to block that. We're going to take a point of damage from that, and a second claw. I get the funny feeling that Donald might not have a blocking card in hand there. Going to take 3 damage. Ben gets to move to Arsenal, gets 2 cards in the graveyard, so those Levia cards that care so much about 2 blocks, or 3 cards in the graveyard, is 2/3 of the way there. Big problem. I would be a little bit annoyed if I was Donald there, knowing that we managed to mess our way into missing on a 1 in 3 shot there. So KO going to start off by discarding an Agile Windup, generating a Might and an Agility. That claw now has Go Again. And probably just going to throw a big attack. Yes, we're going to come in with a Pulping, pitching a Barraging Bighorn. Not a card you see in a lot of decks. I've probably said that before in this league, but hey, we might be forcing through a little bit of damage here. Discarding a card at random. We do not get the benefit of a second KO trigger, but we are discarding a Bear Fangs, presenting 6 damage. And getting an Arsenal out of it. Not too bad, all in all. Okay, we have an Arsenal, we have a Might, we have an Agility, and we have 4 cards. This is exactly where you want to be as KO, as someone who has spent some time in the Savage Lands himself. Big fan. But Levia, Blood Earth Bellow. Pitching a blue as well. Or pitching a yellow, not a blue. Discarding an Endless Maw. So drawing 2 cards. brute attacks have +2 this turn. That Blood Rush should also be in the graveyard, very importantly for cards like Shadow Brute attacks that banish 3 cards from the graveyard. Yeah, there we go. One of the only class probably that cares all of that much about it. Pitching into a Mandible Claw, coming in for 5, go again. There's a good chance that depending on the turn Donald has lined up, we don't see too many blocks here. Because what you really want to do is you want to be the last one standing with the Scowling Flashbag. And you want to make sure yours is more impactful than theirs, because Flashbag can sometimes block 2, sometimes it can block like 10. Right, 5 damage taken here. Waiting to see what else is coming. Another 5 presented. Donald having a think about this one. Yeah, presenting 4 block, taking 1 overall. Oh, now Levia, 2 cards in hand, card in arsenal, pitching a Mark of the Beast to swing big. James White's biggest mistake, by the way, not Zen. Not Zen. What's Zen? What's Mystic? Zen. I kid. James, I know you're not the game designer. You're I believe it was explained on Twitter your exact role. I'm not sure. But taking 10, going to 20. So a 20 damage Blood Rush turn. Levia capable of an awful lot more than that, but hey, I can't complain, not bad. And we get to start with a Command and Conquer for 7 go again. Which is, a ridiculous statement. Command and Conquer, one of the best cards in all of Flesh and Blood. How does it get better? Oh well, just give it +1 and go again, I guess. 2 for 7 go again. Michael Hamilton can run the numbers on that one and tell you it's probably good. We're blocking with Scabs, Apex, and Graveling Growl. We're going to trigger the Bonebreaker to get a Might token. And cover up 7 on this Command and Conquer. Let's see what else we have here from Donald. Paying the 1 floating into a Blood Rush Bellow. Trying to have his own little pop-off turn here. Discarding a Wild Ride. Drawing 2. Always a tough one when you're trying to Blood Rush on a small hand. You want to really maximize it. You want to get it set in your arsenal and just really get all the value out of it that you can in KO, because KO's Blood Rushes tend to be a little bit smaller than what you would see from Levia. But we're pitching. Don't want to do that. Don't want to draw a Blood Rush off a Blood Rush. Pitching a Blood Rush to send in Claw for 5. Go again. Don't forget, Donald, by the way, you have a new Might token. 2 cards in hand. Levia probably considering this is the ultimate flashbaggable hand. Yeah, there it is. Scaling flashbag, blocking 3. How much is it really blocking? Who can possibly say? Probably an absolute boatload. Donald is simply going to Arsenal card, draw Levia in a pretty sweet spot here. Got a Might token, got a fairly stocked graveyard, is at 31 to 20, and is going to lead off here with a blue Dread Screamer, banishing 3 cards at random, which is going to be 3 cards at random, and if a 6 is banished, which it already has been, it's going to be 6 go again. So we have 6 go again coming in from Ben, banishing at least 1 Blood Death card, I believe 2 Blood Death cards, and leaving a couple of misses in the graveyard, which isn't ideal, but I'm not Ethan Van Zandt. I can't do the math on that. Every time I've tried to play Levia and do things like that, it has given me a whopper headache. Thinking about bone breaking. Oh, it's 5. Blue Dread Screamer's a 4. God, that's below rate. Knowing your opponent has a single card in hand, just taking 5. And here comes Diabolic Offering for 6. Might have been worth the flashback. Could have blocked 8 damage here. But it's always so hard to decide when you should flashback. Sometimes you really want to maximize the value and the damage that you get on a turn like that. So we're just going to block 3, taking 3, getting minimal value out of this Apex Bonebreaker. This could be another Blood Rush turn. But let's see what Donald has planned here. Because if this is a Blood Rush turn, it could be a full-on Crack Savage Sash, just go crazy here. So we're going to make a wind up on our turn. And we're going to Wild Ride, pitching a wind up. Going to draw and discard. Donald, it seems like you're getting skill issued. You stop discarding those bear fangs. You're supposed to attack with them, bro. I've been there. I know what it's like. But we have this Wild Ride coming in for, it should be 6 because it was a Blood Rush last turn. I think there was a missed Might trigger. And Ben just saying, send me the bill. You can't threaten me. You have no power here. Going to Claw for 3, pitching a Beast Within. Yeah, you see, Donald, let me tell you, as a former root player, that's the one you want to discard. That's not the one you want to leave in your hand, bro. Yeah, so this is Claw for 3. Go again. Taking 3. And probably just popping this last card into Arsenal. So, yeah, just going to tidy up there. We're all set up for a big turn. Are we cracking our sash? I think we should have. Yeah, and now we get to deal an extra 8 points of damage. You want to get a little bit more value than that out of your Savage Sash. So it might have been worth putting this Bear Fangs in Arsenal and just flashbagging a big turn. We're going to buy the Husk, which is not bad, but we're only dealing 2 points of damage here. And we're just going to draw up. Yeah, Levia going to Blood Rush again. Like, there's not a lot you can do when your brute opponent decides that they're going to draw more Blood Rushes than you. Well, to be fair, Donald has drawn the same amount of Blood Rushes, but unfortunately he saw one of them in the same hand as the previous one. Let's see what we have here. We're coming in with a claw for 5, going to block 5, and hit with that Scowling Fleshbag and hope we can end a turn right here. Intimidating a card. It's going to be very hard on 3 cards to completely end a turn. So the most we can hope for is that we've blocked another 5 points of damage on top of that. Pitching the Levia specialization. Soul something. Coming in for 5. We're going to block 4 here to generate an additional might token. Soul Harvest. Screw you guys, I know what I'm doing. 1 floating, and we're going to finish this with Boneyard Marauder. Pretty good. Coming in for 8. And if we banish a 6, we won't even take any blood debt at the end of this. Yeah, and we do. We swing big. We're banishing a Blood Rush as well. We're hitting 2 misses out. Oh, that is just the absolute stones. Banishing exactly what you want. Coming in for 8, putting our KO opponent to 3. And I don't know if there's much game left to be played here. It's going to be impossible for KO to really threaten Levia unless her deck just decides to fail her. Ooh, 2 yellow pulpings. Going to draw and discard, ripping a pulping off the top. Good thing we're not drawing that next turn. This is going to come in for 7 dominate, go again. Funny feeling. I bet Ben doesn't block this unless he has a no go again in his hand. And the other thing about being at 3 is that is only 1 more life than 2, which is where you functionally start when you play against Brute. You start 2 life down, because 2 at any point can just be lethal, can just be the end of the game when they swing so very recklessly at you. Ben probably trying to work out if he can use his entire hand. No, we're going to block with a Beast Within. Check your graveyard, make sure we have the cards. We're going to take 4 down to 17. Again, Donald, you got a might token, bro. I suppose it's very easy to remember to miss these things in when you're under so much pressure from your opponent. And we're going to call to the grave a Beast Within. That's going to hit the yard. I'm going to shuffle our deck. And we get a Beast Within trigger. That is how that works. What a ridiculously powerful card is Beast Within. It's one of my favorite cards in Flesh and Blood. It's just so cool. It has so many little niche interactions. And we're going to banish one of our many Brute cards that sound like a death metal band. Like, it sounds like a Cannibal Corpse album. It's not Endless Maw, that's the big one. It's the Dominate one. I can't remember. And then we're going to pitch another Call to the Grave, and we're going to send it in for Writhing Beasthawk. There we go. That's what it's called. And it's coming in for 6 dominate. So unless Donald has exactly a reckless swing, he is just dead. It has dominate. It has dominate. And there's a miss. Yeah. So I didn't think we were going to miss there. Like, there's always the chance, but I would not have expected it. Here comes 6 dominate your way. Donald, can you survive? Unless we got a reckless swing here. No, we have a clash of might. We're going to clash. And that is the concession there. Ben Westmore, currently Levia, the superior. Everyone raced. It was fast, it was brutal, and it was over too quick. Great game. Congratulations on your first win of the league. That means nothing. Donald, I understand you're going to have to keep chasing that elusive first win, but you will get there. Ben, well done. If you like the video, if you are a brute enjoyer, if you are a Scabskins gamer, please make sure you like the video, comment down below. If you hate Scabskins, please let me know, because that has always been a fun topic of discussion on social media. And if you love the league, that means absolutely nothing, and you want to know how can I just see more of it, make sure you subscribe so that you will see Go Again Gaming on your YouTube notifications every single time there is a new video uploaded. And if that's not enough, and you like my commentary, or you want to tell me how bad I am at my job, you can find me on social media at finals_spirit or finalsspirit.bsky.social. Nailed it that time. Getting there. But that is all the time I have on this fast, furious, and very brief episode of The League That Means Nothing, Season 3. We have so many more rounds to go. We have 3 more rounds of Swiss and then a top 8. So don't worry, we're not going anywhere for a long time, and you will have to see so much more of me on your screen. For now, I'll say goodbye, and I will see you in the next one.